Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sing or Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across this video where they were talking about, I mean, the right wanting to be left alone, and also the left also want to be left alone because it looks like some of you all do not understand some certain things. Now let us get into this video. Now, each time we talk about the left and right, there are, you all know that they have so many things, they do not have a lot in common, right? The right think that it is okay for them to impose some certain things on people and you have to do it because they are the ones saying it. And some people that are following people that are on the right, I really do not understand how they think it's okay to control somebody's body, because why would somebody want to do that, right? They actually think that it is okay to police black people. Why? Because why wouldn't they police you? I mean, they have all the right and all that to police you. After all, you all know that black people do just really do want to be left alone. They absolutely want you all to leave them alone. I mean, let them go out on their daily basis without being harassed, without anybody coming out to ask them. I mean, like, do some certain things to them, especially when it comes to the cops, right? The cops are doing some certain things to people that look like me. Why? Because they feel they can do it. I mean, black people are just being on alive at every point in time. Why? Because you are just black, not because you did something. You know what? Let's get into this video.
The right and the left, in terms of the right just really, at the end of the day, just wants to be left alone, versus the left, which wants to be more intertwined and dependent in that regard?
Yeah, I would say what the left has done is they've mastered the art of creating the illusion of community. They have these catchy slogans and they say, oh, you are welcome here. We will love you and accept you. And we know all too often their actions indicate that their ideals are the antithesis of such that they proclaim. But individuals on the right side of the aisle, more often than not, we don't want individuals telling us what to do. If you're looking to the government to dictate what you can and can't do, they will always find a way to wrest power away from you. People will be more willing to let someone else fight their battles for them than to fight battles themselves. And therefore, we're going to do everything in our power to obviously honor God, but to also make sure that we aren't viewing ourselves as reliant or dependent upon the nanny state.
If we're going to turn America around, we've got to have some honest conversations. The right and the left, in terms of the right, just really, at the end of the day, just wants to be left alone.
You see, that's funny. That's really funny because the left wants the exact same thing. Yet for some reason, we can't have that. Why is that? Why is that? Why does the right feel the need to press Christian dogma on us? I'm not a Christian. I'm an atheist. I don't want that in my laws. I don't want that in my schools. I don't want that anywhere other than where it's supposed to be, which is the church. Yet for some reason, the right wants to turn this country into a Christian nationalist theology kind of country. We just want to be left alone. You say that the right just wants to be left alone, then why can't you afford that same courtesy to women? You know, the idea of privacy is what you're talking about, right? Yet for some reason, we have one political party that wants to put what a woman does with her body into the hands of bureaucrats and state officials. Why is that? It's weird, don't you think? The left, when it comes to people that look like me, would just like to be able to go about our regular day without having to worry about being pulled over, stopped, and harmed by, a paid arm of the state, meaning law enforcement. You see, this is where the fundamental difference between the right and the left is. Okay? You're right, they're not the same. The difference between the two is one of us recognizes the idea of being left alone and the other one doesn't. The other one thinks it is perfectly okay to make laws that other people have to follow based on their misinterpretation of things. You understand, morality doesn't come from the Bible or the Quran or the Torah or the Talmud or anything like that. Morality is something that you were raised with. If you want people to leave you alone, then perhaps you should leave other people alone. You should. A woman's doctor's office should be as sacred to you, as far as privacy is concerned, as your gun case is. Y'all don't mind government intrusion as long as it's intruding on people that you do not agree with. That's the fundamental difference between the left and the right. In a nutshell, the right doesn't mind. The right wants no parts of government intrusion. They want the government out of their lives, but they have no problem sending the government someplace else. Why is that? Why are you perfectly okay with wanting isolationism and being left alone for you, but you have no problem voting for people that would put government intrusion on other people's lives? It seems a little bit hypocritical, don't you think? I mean, I'm just spitballing here. I don't want to have my sphincter squeeze up every time I drive down the street. I don't. I want to be left alone. If there is some criminal activity, then I think the police should go do their job. Not bother me simply because I'm a 6 foot tall black man. I think every woman would love to have the privacy of going to their doctor and talking about anything. And that includes what they do with their bodies when it comes to fetuses. They want privacy too. They want to be left alone. Yet for some reason, the cowboy hat wearing side of our political divide seems to be perfectly okay with that. It's none of your business at all. What two gay men do in their house is their business. What a trans woman does in the bathroom is her business. You understand that, right? You are asking for something. You are advocating for something that you are not willing to give to other people. You will demonize, you will lie, you will try to foster your misinformation and disinformation upon people and then say out of the same mouth that you just did that in, that you just want to be left alone. Yet you will not afford that to your fellow Americans. Why is that? Why is it okay to intrude on other people's lives, but you don't want that same intrusion in yours? You know, America gets the government we deserve. I've said this all along. We get the government we deserve. And unfortunately, we have to compete with people like you who think it's perfectly okay to want nothing to do with the government being in your life, but you will vote for people who will intrude in other people's lives. That's the difference between the right and the left. We both fundamentally want to be left alone to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unfortunately, the right side doesn't want to afford that to everyone, just themselves. You start with that inanimate object, which is your gun. You don't want anybody to tell you where to carry it, what type to carry, how long to carry. You don't want any of that. That is government intrusion, and that is something you will not stand for. But why can you not afford the exact same beliefs to a woman in a doctor's office, or a trans woman in the bathroom, or to gay people in their homes, or black people trying to just go to work, to school, to parties, to things of that nature? It is a hypocritical stance that the right likes to make, saying that they want no government intrusion whatsoever in their life, but they have no problem having government intrusion in other people's lives. Asking someone of Spanish-speaking descent whether or not they were born here or came here illegally, that is really honestly none of your business. Why are you asking such questions? Why should they have to present papers to you? And that is the problem with the right now. This is the final mutation of what the right has always been, at least since Paul Weyrich and the moral majority showed up. Why does my taxpayer dollars have to go to put the 10 Commandments, something I do not believe in schools where my tax dollars also go to pay for the education of children? Why is that? Why can't the 10 Commandments be where they're supposed to be, which is in church? And follow up, why are so many people so hell-bent on having the 10 Commandments and things of that nature in schools, but they don't follow it? Putting up hypothetical laws given by God that a lot of you don't follow in the first place? Why are there Bibles in schools? Why do I have to listen to somebody talk about prayer in schools? As if you can't already do that, you just can't do it organized, and it shouldn't be paid for by taxpayer dollars. This is the fundamental difference between the right and the left. Yes, both of us want to see no government intrusion in our day-to-day lives. The only difference is one side, and that would be the right, the side that you're on, seems to not understand the concept of everyone wants to be left alone. I want the same passion that you have with your gun cases towards women and their bodies. I know I will never see it, and the hypocrisy upon you, you just haven't even noticed. But I really honestly do think it's quite hypocritical to hear someone who votes Republican, believes in conservative values, and has the idea of being left alone and no government intrusion, having absolutely no problem having that same government intrusion put upon people on the left, independents, atheists, women, black folks, Spanish-speaking people, people in the LGBTQIA+, or what have you. You're asking for something we all want. You're just not willing to give anything away to do it.
This is all I got from this video, and I am going to ask this. I mean, sincerely speaking, I get that people on the left, everybody absolutely wants to be left alone, but some people do not understand boundaries, right? Boundaries in the sense that they think it is okay to control somebody. But I am going to ask this. Why would I want to support somebody that, I mean, like, that wants to control what you do as human being, especially when it comes to your body anatomy? Like, why would somebody want to control what is going on in your life? Because we are talking about being left alone. We are talking about, I mean, like, uh, everything that got to do with human being. Why do you people think it's okay to support someone that said that, or that you all know that is going to put something like there is a limit to what a woman can do to her body and all that, and you all have children, you all, most majority of you are married also, but you are supporting this cause? Why? Because sometimes when I look at some certain things, I see older people. I thought that when some people are getting older, they are also supposed to, when you are getting older, you are also getting smart, right? But some people are just getting older and they are not smart. They do not know anything. They think, they are easily even controlled. Because, like, how can you, like, at my age, even as a 20-year-old child or man or woman, would not want anybody to control him or her. But why would you support somebody that would control some of the things you do when you know it is also your human right as a human being? And why do you have to do something like, probably in school and all that, you are dictating some certain things that should be done in school and shouldn't be done in school? I mean, it is okay to bring in religion into school, but it is not okay to teach history. Why? Because history, it hurts your feelings. It, according to you people, it is violent, and all the, especially Black history, is very violent. So why would you teach Black history? All these things that I look at, I look at them and I see the people, like, supporting them and all that. I feel like they have a very long way to go, and that they also need to, I don't know, some really need to be um, maybe go back. I don't know if it's going back to school or unlearn and relearn, or probably just by weight of sensitization. Is it what they call it? Yeah, like speaking to them and all that. But some people already have made up their mind because they feel like the person that is telling them all these are, like, the things that are right. and the person is also their God. So how do you want them to disobey their God? Because I see all of them coming out and saying, but then when you look at the people that have this mindset, you definitely will understand that they have so many things in common. Why would I want to be with people that don't want to think differently about some certain things? You know, it is what it is. But yeah, I think people should be smart enough to know some certain things. You know why? Because why won't you educate yourself? There is a video I came across today, and okay, now let me tell you, I am not, like I keep saying, I wasn't worried because he said, like, he was asked by a white person and he's a black person, who are you going to vote for in this election? He's a gay man, right? He said he's going to vote for Trump. I do not have a problem with that. And then he started laughing so hard. They asked him, so why do you want to vote for Trump? He said he doesn't even know, but he feels like a woman shouldn't be the president. So the man asked him, do you know her policies for people, like, for people in general? And he said no. So the white man took his time to enlighten him and all that. And after that, he was like, okay, I really need to look it up. Like, I really need to, because I don't even know anything. And then I am asking, how do you want to vote blindly? Like, how do you want to vote someone you don't even know what he or she got to do for you? Like, voting blindly. You all want change. Everybody is looking for change, but what kind of change are you looking for? Because for you to do something, you definitely will know what am I standing on? Like, you want to stand on business. So what business are you standing on? You should know all this and stop acting ignorantly or behaving ignorantly. So some people are just because they were convinced without even, like, they absolutely do not have any reason or know anything going on. You just have to, like, speak to them and convince them without, like, it's kind of crazy, but man, we already can do better and learn to, like, educate ourselves on some certain things, and shouldn't just follow like sheep that follows the shepherd without even knowing where, like, without any direction. Like, let there be direction, because knowing the direction will kind of enlighten you on some certain things. That's all I have to say. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.